everyone, I know you're feeling a little frustrated about your dog's barking, whether it's upsetting your neighbours or making it hard to take your dog out by embarrassing you or make it hard to have visitors come over. We're going to have some simple and easy solutions for you today. So one common misconception is that all barking is the same and for the same reasons. So there's lots of different types of barking, but I guess the three that we see most commonly we'll be discussing today. So the barking may look the same, but it's the reason behind it, and that's going to help you understand how to solve it. First of all, defensive or behavioural related barking. So there's a trigger, something's upset the dog and they're barking in response to that trigger. Then we see attention seeking barking. So this is generally aimed to get your attention and be noticed by you. So any sort of attention you give at that time may be seen as a reinforcer by the dog. And then we can see boredom barking. The dog's not sure what else to do with its time, so it gets bored and it barks for entertainment, for its own entertainment. So first of all, we're going to talk about reactive barking and why this happens and some of the ways that we can counteract this. So reactive barking basically means that the dog sees something. It may be a person, it may be a dog, it may be an object. It could be outside a home, it could be in the yard, but something triggers a reaction for them. So to deal with this, we've got to figure out why the reaction's happening before we can get any other results. So some of the reasons why it may be happening would be, one of the more common reasons is fear-related reactivity. So obviously in that case, we need to build up confidence, we need to build up positive exposure and experiences with the triggers and rebuild an alternative behaviour. If it's frustration, that's normally caused by over-socialising. So sometimes the fear is under-socialising or a bad experience. Frustration is normally over-socialising. So the dog now has an expectation and becomes a little entitled. You know, they're so used to having dogs and people play with them and interact with them no matter what they do, that when that doesn't happen, they get frustrated and they bark. They can actually sound quite aggressive in this situation, even though they're not. We can also have reactions that are caused by territorial behaviour in the yard, that may be trying to stop anything coming into their yard or into their space, or possessive behaviour of the owner as well. So the possessive behaviour has become more of an issue since COVID, where we have a lot of dogs that were brought into homes and raised during the COVID period. All right, so now we're going to talk about attention-seeking barking. So again, you know, very common issue, often is exacerbated by what we think we're doing to correct or punish the behaviour, but the dog actually sees that as reinforcing. So you may be telling your dog off or telling them no or going and getting them to do something, but because they bark to get your attention, you've now reinforced that and it strengthened that behaviour. So if the reason for the barking is attention seeking, it's really, really important that we find ways to take away our attention or to isolate the dog when they're practicing this barking. And unfortunately, you may have to go through some painful experiences of just ignoring them and letting them bark it out until they calm down and then reinforcing the calm or quiet behaviour. So now we're going to talk about boredom barking. So this is quite a common reason for barking and something that we see a lot of, especially depending on the breed. So this is really common with working breeds. So any of your high energy working dogs like heelers, kelpies, border collies, and any dog that's supposed to be working for long periods of time and keep their mind occupied and have a job to do. They will get bored quite easily because in a suburban situation, we've taken away all their work and all the jobs that they have to do. So it's really important in this situation that you are giving them a job, a purpose, and you're making sure that you're working on mental energy and mentally utilising that energy and wearing them out that way rather than physical. Don't try and tire them out physically. These dogs are athletes. Unless you want to exercise for 8 hours a day and be an athlete yourself, you are probably not going to ever tire out an athletic breed. I know training can be hard. We're here to help and support you as much as you need because it can be a difficult journey. If you need any help, just check out the description below.